started including play days into our backpacking back in 2010 when I first took my kids. I wanted them to have an experience other than backpacking and to be able to explore the surrounding area. It turned out to be a great idea because most of the memorable places that we cherish over the years are ones that we found on our days off. So if you're planning a trip, leave a day for exploring, climb a mountain, go down a stream. You never know what you might find. Today was our day off at Geneva Lake. This is a wonderful campsite except for one thing. The lake is a long way down the hill and somebody has to go down there and fetch the water. Not really what you want to do on your day off. Fortunately, my two backpacking mates took care of all this, and I didn't have to do any of it, so thank you guys. Left me free to enjoy myself. The first thing I did this morning was go for a little walk and stretch my legs. Geneva Lake was looking beautiful this morning, but I saw something swimming across the lake. Was it a moose? A bear? On further inspection, it turned out to be a mother duck and 4 ducklings. I was kind of surprised to find ducks this high up in the mountains. There is one must-do hike here at Geneva Lake, and that is the hike up to Little Gem. The lake itself is pretty, but it's nothing special. However, the view from up there looking back down the valley at Geneva Lake is one of the most fantastic views you will find anywhere in these mountains. So we prepared ourselves to take a little hike up there and enjoy the view.
Welcome, little breeze.
This hike up to Little Gem is pretty steep, so it's not a trivial hike, but we had lots of beautiful flowers around us, and the views down the valley are always spectacular, so it is certainly a very scenic hike. If we were backpacking through this area, we'd have to use our cameras and capture some scenery, but just keep on moving. Fortunately, we had all the time in the world today, and we could stop and take pictures and just indulge ourselves in all this beautiful scenery.
Ladybug on there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Oh, let's get a picture of that.
Dandelion.
However, you have to be a little careful because once you start taking pictures of flowers, you can get kind of carried away. But it wasn't long and we made it to the plateau where we could look back down the valley. This is the view we were coming for. On the far right side of this view is the little meadow up in the mountains where I spent a lot of time a year ago just indulging myself and taking all kinds of video of flowers. I had an absolutely wonderful time up there, and this year I was thinking maybe I would go up there again and climb some of these little peaks and see what the view is like. But I had to keep remembering we were supposed to be having a rest day, so I couldn't do too much. So instead, we just followed the little creek up to Gem Lake. Gem Lake is a remote place where you're unlikely to see other people, so it was the perfect spot for me to take my much-needed full immersion bath. You don't stay in very long, but it's good enough to get you cleaned up. After this, Mark and I did a little exploring around the area to try and find a better view down the valley and get another picture. But what we found was a deer. That was pretty exciting.
Inside there, there's got to be a den in that grove.
Come on, buddy. Show yourself.
An action photo.
Oh, gonna back up, huh?
Oh, good job.
I guess the deer thought if he couldn't see us, we couldn't see him. But what we did see is an absolutely beautiful picture, so we took it. The other nice thing about this picture is you can clearly see the path that we will be taking tomorrow morning as we head out on our hike again. Ryan, on the other hand, had no need for rest, so he took the path further up to Siberia Lake, where he had his own adventure.
Okay.
While we were waiting for Brian to come back down, we were just relaxing by Little Gem and, of course, taking pictures of flowers. Finally, it came time to head back down to camp through our never-ending sea of flowers. We finally reached Geneva Lake after fully indulging ourselves in all the intoxicating flowers. You remember that thing I told you about the Rocky Mountain High? I guess you could say we were guilty of hiking under the influence. Of flowers, that is. Things started to get a little crazy after that, and somehow we ended up in a bouquet contest. The idea was that we could take pictures to show to our wives when we got home. It was all for our wives. That's it. After making our dinner and relaxing around the campsite, the sun started to go down as we watched the fish jumping out of the water trying to catch the evening bugs. As I reflected on the past few days, I realized we had a lot of great nights without any clouds, and I had not gotten any star pictures. So that night I set my camera close to my head and told myself if I woke up in the night, I would take some pictures of the stars. Well, wouldn't you know it, about 1:30 in the morning I rolled over and the Big Dipper was just staring me in the face. So I got my camera out and took the picture. It was a wonderful way to end our day.